Hi friends, thanks for joining me. Today I'm using the August kits to create a really sweet layout based around the challenge this week for the October mood board. And the mood board has lots of autumnal elements, really cute pumpkins and leaves and just cozy stuff. So I am going to scrap these two photos of my friend's grandson, who is super cute in his little pumpkin outfit. What's not to love about that? It's so adorable. And I think this layout, if I'm not mistaken, is about number 7 from that I've created this month from the August kits. So my kit is dwindling, and I was really determined to use some of the elements that I had left from the various kits. Absolutely adore that wood paper. It speaks volumes to me, and I mentioned in my next video, I'm out of sequence, that I'm really into paper tearing at the moment. I love the texture it creates, and I just wanted to tear papers and have them overlaid over that wood paper. And I just love how this has turned out. It's not particularly complicated, but I just love all the texture I've managed to create with it. So the mood board is definitely October and very autumnal. And I'm using the August kits, which are obviously very summery. It has beautiful pink and orange tones in the kit already, which is perfect for what I need. But I did want to add some extra autumnal elements. So I've gone through my stash, and this particular stencil was from a coloured kit last year. I'm going to guess it was the October colour kit, but that's a pure guess. And it could have been the year before, to be fair. So what I do is I collect all my stencils, and I've pulled this out. I definitely came from a colour kit though. If you go back, you'll probably find it in the shop, but definitely a useful one to have because it's got lots of small leaves. So anyhow, I have, as you can see, added some stenciling to the background. And I just wanted to build up a bit more orange because clearly this is a very summery kit and it's beautiful, but there are orangey elements in there and perfect for transitioning into autumn. So quite simply, I've just double matted the photos onto some pattern papers. My photos, by the way, are just under 3x4. And all I tend to do is put 2 photos onto one sheet before printing. And I just print my photos at home. I'm never organised enough to get a batch done. And then I just tend to print as I go. And I'm always pleased with how my printer prints. Gosh, that's not the right word, is it really? But I get really good quality photographs from there that last a long time. So I have gone through the Pocket Life kit, and in there are lots of different frames. So I'm extending my cluster using those frames and just tuck them under the papers there. And I did save some of those gorgeous, they are my favourite thing ever, fabric leaves, which I think came from the embellishment kit. Kimberly or Kim, if you're watching, could we please have some more? You can put these in every single kit that you give us, and I think we'd all be very happy because they are just stunning. They're very tactile, and these have gorgeous rich oranges and pinks, and there's a couple of brown ones in there. I've used a stack on layouts already, and I've just literally used every single last one I think left in the right colours for this layout. So I have run out. Makes me sad. So I am going to use some of the tags from the Pocket Life kit. Absolutely adore a tag, as you may have gathered if you've ever watched any of my layouts, or my videos rather. Can't beat a tag. They're great for hanging a bit of twine or a ribbon, and just love the feeling that I get when I see them on the page. So I've used 3, and this layout is for my friend, as I mentioned, so I just wanted to leave somewhere for her to journal, so she can use that tag tucked behind the photo there. And the other ones are just for decoration. Do you ever find yourself going back to the same sort of design elements? Do you get fixated on things, or is that just me? I really do fixate on things. So I kind of have a little run of, in my case now, these torn papers. Sometimes I get stuck on circles, but this month is definitely torn paper month for me, I think. So I was just adding a few more leaves on the background there, just because I'm terrible for this, and you must know by now, I'm always covering them up by accident, because I never put enough down. Now I did it because this is an autumnal layout, and again it was a summer kit. I've used up all my leaves because this is my seventh layout or so with this kit. So I did die cut a few leaves. So, if you've got some die cut leaves, then great. You could hand cut some leaves. What I've done in the past is I had some stamps and stamped them out and then fussy cut them. You could go back and fussy cut some leaves and papers. But because it was autumnal, I did need lots and lots of leaves. So my apologies but I've just die cut them from some of the pattern papers. There were some kind of pinky ones. And leaves are my favourite design element, I think, apart from tags. Just love what they add to a layout. So just to give that background a little bit more emphasis, I'm going around those leaves with a little grey fine liner. It's a pale grey. And when you look closely at the layout, you can see those, but it just gives it a little bit of definition. Something I do frequently even. I'm just fussing with the leaves now, just with their placement. I think when you have leaves and things like that, it's like flower arranging, isn't it? You need to kind of look at the different shapes, the different textures, so that you get a pleasing background. And because I did go a bit over the top, you can only just about see those frames when you look at the layout at the sides there. I kind of may have mentioned this before, but I think the secret to successfully embellishing a layout is overlapping all your embellishments. So those die cuts just overlap, layer, and curl and texture. And that's, to me, my favourite kind of embellishing, I think. So I'm aiming for some clusters around the bottom of the photos and tags, just to kind of draw the eye in a kind of a swish around the page. It does take a little bit of time to get that arranged. And I'm just using some fine twine now. In fact, this is waxed thread, which is my favourite sort to use. It's kind of fine, but it's kind of holds its shape. Because it comes on a reel, it naturally wants to curl around, which I absolutely love. And then you just pop a little bit of glue to hold it in place. So I'm having that swish along the bottom. And I didn't have a long enough piece, so I've just swapped that out. This one's kind of a natural colour, so it kind of emulates the look of string. Now I have got things like twine and string. They're kind of hard to get hold of, a very fine gauge one. So I think these waxed ones are used for bookbinding, if I'm not mistaken. I just want it to swish now. It is a bit fiddly, as you can see, but worth the effort, I think. Because on the finished layout, I think that really fine thread really kind of helps draw your eye across the bottom of the page there. So it's kind of a natural feature, if you like, that just draws your eye across. Absolutely adore these phrase stickers. Well, they're thick chipboard stickers that came in the Pocket Life kit. Those are just really fabulous to use. You can see I've already used quite a lot of them. And I love the titles as well. So because I love that swishy font, I'm going to kind of build a title which says "Love this little pumpkin" or little pump, you know what I mean. So I've used a combination of the stickers there. I really love the font and the colours though, so they're just fantastic. So of course I didn't really measure it all out, so, and I'm going for kind of a little plinky plonky kind of title to save me actually measuring things out. So love that. Just poke out all the little bits. And that kind of sums up most of it. I do add some more of the puffy stickers from that same sticker pack. Because again, even though I've used loads of stuff this month, you know, that sticker sheet is looking pretty empty. I have used absolutely heaps and heaps of them. So I love the value that you get out of hip kits, especially when you compare it to some of the other manufacturers. You think, you know, how do you get so many die cuts in a pack? Because we get absolutely loads, don't we? So what do you think is coming next? Oh, no, that was a bit distressing. But you can probably guess it. I'm going to be doing some splatters, I think, after this. Always love a few splatters, don't we? So I'm going to use some Heidi Swap Gold Shine, or whatever it's called. If you've got, I've used a gold ink pad before and watered that down, and that works really well. Again, what I'm doing is just using a round paintbrush. It's probably like a number 8, is it, or something like that, just to add those splatters. And I think, what am I doing next? Oh, just adding on some of the fabric bits and pieces that I've not stuck down. And that's about it. So that is the final layout. I love how it's turned out. I'm really thrilled with it because it does feel very autumnal. And hopefully my friend will be really pleased with the layout as well. It's for her album. So it is for the October Mood Board Challenge, and you can take part in this for a chance to win $25 to spend in the store. So definitely worth taking part. It's open to everybody in the Facebook group. And if you head over there, I would love to see your layouts in the group. So do try and join in if you can. And you've got till the 13th of October. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.